Hey everybody, it's Lavetta from SheBusy Productions, and I'm here to do a long overdue update about my last few months at Full Sail University. So without further ado, let's jump right in. I'm going to have to dig into my old class logs because I really can't even remember what I had. I see my last update was July 30th. I am so sorry, but a lot has happened since then. In August, I had a class called Intellectual Property. That class teaches you all about ideas and when it's good to kind of how to go about not infringing on somebody else's ideas. I'm going to go in here and check out some of the assignments, so maybe I can help you out with that. There was there were several quizzes in this class. I show that I have well, actually, it looks like one quiz that was in week one, some discussions on current issues, visual identity, trademark protection, ownership and rights, and permissions. This class was all about being able to use somebody else's idea and when you can and when you cannot. Intellectual property taught me a lot about branding myself and my company as a whole, and how to make sure that all of my ideas were original and that I had properly protected all of my ideas. The class was really, really, really informative, and I'm not sure if everyone has to take this class, but if you do, trust me, you're going to learn a lot from intellectual property. The next class after that was in September. I had web design. This class was very, very, very fun. You learned a lot with working with WordPress. That's what you work in for this month. We had to learn how to do screen flows and pop outs and things like call outs was the name of it. And let me see, we had to do a group portfolio. There was a TED talk that we had to watch. Let's see, this class. Oh, and there was some lynda.com. And what you had to do was pretty much set up your own WordPress site and build it. Your teacher also had to be asked to be an administrator so she could see all the behind the scenes you were doing. And you had to pretty much build a site from scratch and put different specific things in the website that you had learned in the class. I thought personally that this was really, really interesting because I had built websites before I built my old website, and I didn't think anything of, how I put things together. But in this class, you really got down to the pretty much particulars of why a site needs to look a certain way, how your logo needs to look and appear. And it was interesting to say the least. The last class, let me see. I finished intellectual property online with an A. I kind of was a little salty, but whatever. Web design, I finished that with an A plus. So I have not had anything lower than an A since I got that B in physics in January of 2012. So I'm running pretty good here. I think that might have been no, that might have been the very beginning of my sophomore year. So I had a B in behavioral science because of I think that was the one because of the snowstorm. My first year. No, that was a power outage. My first year. Um, then I had the college. I had calculus, and that was a B plus, which I had to pray and fast for. History of motion picture arts was a B because that was harder than I thought. And then that was physics with B in January of 2012. So since January of 2012, which means I'm running into almost 2 years now, I have not had anything lower than an A, and that is excellent. For my class in web design, I was voted favorite site for the month by I was voted that by my peers. What we do is everybody at the end, toward the end of the class, you get a discussion and you put the link to your site on discussion. And the teacher puts you in groups, and the people from your group get to critique you on the different points and aspects that you were supposed to have. It was really a fun exercise because even though some people ended up with the same template for their website, it didn't always end up showing the same content. I don't think anybody had the same one that I have. Mine was yellow and black. And because I was voted favorite site, I really took a look at the site that I had built for the class and the site that the website had before. And I chose to go with the website that I actually built for the class, which was interesting because I really liked the one I had before. Also in this class, you work on your logo. And if anybody knows me, you know that I'd gone from having like little bees on things to the girl with the bee inspired dress on in my logo. And because of this class, I kind of got a better sorry, excuse me, I kind of got a better understanding of what a logo should look like and what it should be and what it should represent. So I redid the logo for the website because they told me, in class, your logo should be something that if it was on a stamped on an envelope with a regular, ink and ink pad kind of stamp. If it was stamped on there, how would it come across? How would it read? And would people know it was you? And the one I had before was the one with the bee, the original one. I think I kind of hinged on some people's intellectual property, so I decided to revamp it, and that's when I got the girl with the yellow dress with the black stripes. That's when I got that one. But after this class, I realized that if I was to stamp that, it would be really interesting and kind of hard to get that part onto a stamp or onto like a t-shirt with just one ink color. So what I ended up doing was changing the logo again to just focus on like neck up of the girl and the SBP, and I'll put a picture in here somewhere for you to see. Matter of fact, I'll do a side by side so you can see the different logos here. The one with the afro really is more concise and more kind of straightforward, whereas the other one is a little bit too detailed and intricate. And it's fine for the website, but not really okay to be the main logo. So I kind of changed it, which was fine. In this class, we also did some, let me see. You had to work on a lot of your assets. You had to do an about me page where you had to write things about yourself. Then I think on your home page, things had to be kind of like the third person. You had to have testimonials for this class, so it's really, really good for you to have done work and be able to get some testimonials for people that you have done work for. And you also need to have a work page where you show some of your work. I chose to do just a clip of a few weddings that I had done and put that on my work page, which is ever evolving because I'm quite sure it'll be something different shortly because I have a lot of other projects I'm coming up on. For those of you who know, I'm already toward the end of my senior year, which is why it's taking me so long to get these videos out, because for the last couple of months, it has been fast-paced and moving. And this month, for October, I actually have two classes. I have, Project Management and Assessment 3, and I have Producing Independent Film. Both of these classes started September 30th, and I promise you, I have been up late nights ever since. I ran into some problems with my original thesis project. Let's just say that the first project kind of fell through with some people not getting things to me on time. So because of that happening, I had to, within 3 days, go back and do everything that I've learned from, pretty much everything I've learned from January to this point, and all of the projects that we had saved and built up on to build up to the thesis project, like all my storyboards, my proposal, my pitches, and all of my budgeting and everything. I had to redo it all within 3 days and submit it to my professor because I had to come up with a brand new project. And to some, I'm gonna tell you now, before I got into college for film, I thought that shooting a movie or shooting a documentary or anything, because I mostly want to do docs. So I thought that shooting documentaries contained mostly just, grabbing your camera, finding a good story, run out and shoot it. Absolutely not. I could not have been more wrong. There is a lot of paperwork that goes into any type of filmmaking to do it legally. And because I'm a legal production company, I want to make sure that I do everything legal and by the book, hence the reason why I'm in school learning everything. So I had a lot of paperwork, a lot of storyboards, just a ton of projects that were already in a file ready to go for this other project that fell through. And I'm going to tell you now, if you decide to come to Full Sail University for digital cinematography, I'm going to tell you now, always make sure that you have solid plans for your thesis project. If you think someone may not come through, get a backup. It's always good for you to, I would rather have, like, because I kind of thought it wouldn't work out, I wish I would have started doing storyboards and stuff before, to just keep on hand just in case I have to have another go-to project. Um, as well, let me not forget, I believe Project Management and Assessment 3. That's one of two classes that I have this month. This is another class where you want to have kept your notes from your previous classes, because in the beginning, when you walk into this class, you're going to have several tests, which they call assessments, to see what you have learned in the past. I believe it was 3. Let me go to it right now. Yes, there was an assessment of film criticism, web design, and mobility and data management. So, like I said before in the previous videos, always make sure you take notes, you keep your notes, and when you have quizzes, write down, and I know it's tedious, but it will help you. Write down all of the questions and all of the answer choices, fill it out as you go, enter them in that way, and when you miss some, if you get some wrong, it will tell you after the test is done. Go back and correct it, because you will always need this information. I don't know how many of you uh, out there who might be behind me have ebooks. Always keep your ebooks. Get a, what is that thing called? Get a hard drive, get a zip drive, get anything, and keep your ebooks, because like now I believe they have, what is this thing called? Vital Source Bookshelf. The Vital Source Bookshelf will keep all of your books right there. Download them, it will keep them all in the bookshelf. But sometimes you get PDFs or keynotes and things like that from your professors that you have to watch during the month. Always keep them, because a lot of the things that come up later are from those things that were referenced, and you're going to need that information. Let me see what else I can do for you here. I kind of didn't want to review the classes that I have this month, but you know what? I might as well get into it. I thought project management and assessment was going to be hard. It is not as hard as producing independent film. And it's not that it's hard. It's just that you have two classes going on at the same time, and it's a lot to deal with, and it's kind of like a pull on you. Both classes have discussions that are due, where you have to write your initial post and then follow up with two classmates. Both of them have that. So I was kind of used to dealing with one deadline, and then I had two, so I missed one, and then I was like, oh God. But I eventually, kind of made up for it. I got some hundreds on some other things. And turning things in late will cost you. Don't turn things in late. Turn them in beforehand. So what I've learned in my last few classes is to, when I write my initial post, I'll write it after somebody else has already done theirs if I can, and immediately do my 2 follow-up posts right then. So I've done everything and I don't have to think about it anymore. There was one teacher that I had that didn't want us to do all of our posts in the same day, and I'm like, dude, that's the only way I'm going to remember how to do it. So I actually had to do my posts the first day it was open, and then go back on the Thursday, the day it was due, and do the other replies, because I didn't want to wait until Sunday, because by then I'm tired, I'm working on other things, and I've totally forgotten, and it's never really a good look. But yeah, excuse me. Project Management and Assessment 3 is really all about compiling all of your things, learning different things, putting it all together, and making your production Bible, which is pretty much a folder, but it's more like a PDF portfolio, a folder of every single production document, every single thing. And you have to have all your contracts, you have to have your talent releases, location release, location agreement, everything, your crew list. And for someone like me who's an introvert, you had to have 5 crew members, and you could use yourself once. And I'm like, as an introvert or somebody who doesn't go out a lot, it's really hard to come up with 4 other people who are willing to work with you on a project. And even though sometimes you may not need them, you still need 4 other people's names, email addresses, and phone numbers, because the school will contact them to double check. You can use in a kind of tight situation, you can use one of the actors as a position. So it worked that the person that I was doing my project for is technically the director of the project, and I'm just more of like the behind the scenes and the camera and all that kind of stuff. It's really, I can tell you now, I know for a fact that I am this degree right here is exactly what you are paying for. I could not have learned this much with all the Google searches and free online film this and film that. I could not have learned this much knowledge. I absolutely could not have. In this producing independent film class, they teach you how to do wardrobe selection. We all had to show what we would want one of our characters to wear, and then we all had to critique it. They showed us how to do location info sheets, casting catalogs, the crew contact list, final budget. The budgets are done in what's this called, movie magic budgeting, and everything else is kind of done through either Excel or Celtics. I'm going to tell you now, if you've ever had the chance to work with Celtics, it's CELTX. It is one of the best programs ever, and it's an app on my computer. I also have the two apps on my iPad as well. Celtics is priceless when it comes to production, and you can do your storyboards in Celtics, your script in Celtics, your let me see what else is the thing there. My casting catalog is done in Celtics. Nearly everything that you can do can be done in Celtics, and it keeps everything in one spot, and then you can export it all as one big piece together. It's a really, really, really invaluable application. So if you can get Celtics, get your hands on Celtics, you definitely need to do it. Let me see. These classes, I should say, will be over. I think I have like another week in here. Yes, because I'm in week 3 now. My next class starts. Digital Cinematography Final Projects is the name of this class, and it starts the 28th of October. This is the class essentially where we start filming, and right now I am confident in in this new project that I have. It's 100% solid. Everything's already in the works for it. I was going to probably be filming this event anyway. No, I was definitely going to be filming this event anyway. So it just so happened that I can turn it into a mini doc and get some background story and really kind of bring it out to light and bring it to fruition. It's another person's idea and dream, and I'm going to help bring it to fruition. So I'm really excited about that. Um, and seriously, I have digital cinematography, the final project, starting October 28th. I have final project post production starting November 25th. And then I have personal creative development starting January 6th. And that is my last class. So I really have just 3 more classes because final project and post production runs over into December, and then we have those 2 weeks between Christmas. Well, the week and a half, almost 2 weeks between Christmas and New Year's. We have that off. So yeah, after the break, I jump right in and finish that last class, which is personal creative development, where they teach you all about yourself and how to market yourself to go out into the world. And that class is, let me see, January 6th. I graduate February 7th. 2014. It is a Friday, and I plan on going down to Florida for this graduation. So I'm going to, of course, take everybody with me, and I'm going to be vlogging the whole situation and the festivities down there. And I'm really, really, really excited. When I started, let me see, how long have I been in school? That's always been my question. Okay, I started May 30th of 2011, and I'm telling you, it flew by. I didn't expect it to go this fast, but it really has. Right now, my GPA is 3.72, which I'm really kind of bummed about, but I know it was those B's that I got a year ago, still coming back to haunt me. But I'm just really, really excited. I sent away for my student ID badge. That should be coming soon because I want to be able to go on campus, and I'm taking my daughter with me. She's going to skip school. I'm going to take her around the campus and show her exactly, what I've done, and because she should be gearing up to go to college soon, and I would like her to attend Full Sail. Even if she lived in Florida, I would like her to attend Full Sail, but even if she doesn't, I still want her to see the kind of school that I went to. So everybody get prepared for that, because of course I'll be taking you with me. It'll be nice to leave here in Ohio in midwinter to go to Florida and really kind of live it up a little bit while I graduate. And speaking of graduates, I don't know how many of you have been watching Storm P. She was the first person I saw on YouTube who was documenting her Full Sail Life. She had a series called Life as a Full Sail Student. I watched all of them religiously, and when I first found her, I went back and watched all the old ones, subscribed to everything. Congratulations to Storm for graduating, and KJ from K Sound. I think it's K Sound, not sure, but KJ has also graduated. Both of them graduated in music productions, and they're going into entertainment business master's degree program, which is exactly where I'm going after this. So it's kind of good to know that some people have gone on in front of me and they're doing exactly the same thing I've done, so that I can follow them and see, what's ahead. It really helps to know what's coming in front of you, because I'm telling you, had I had somebody tell me that all of these tests were going to come up like all in one bulk to find out what I did over the last few months, I would have aced everything. I did get some really good grades, but I promise you I would have had all hundreds, because I would have kept better notes. But, you live, you learn, and that's why I'm here to help somebody else. Right now, let me see. I've just done, truthfully, I think I'm done with, so far, almost all of the stuff that I had to do in producing independent film. I stayed up really late last night and did a whole bunch of stuff. And I completed stuff that wasn't due until October 26th. So, I just kind of stayed up really late last night and did everything, and then overslept for work this morning, but we ain't gonna tell nobody. I still got there on time, but I grossly overslept. So the only thing that I have left to do for the next week or so is to read a lecture. And then I'm done for this week. There are 3 assignments coming up. Well, actually 2, because one is a course evaluation. There are some assignments coming up. One will be available Friday, and that's my producer's letter that I will be writing probably within the next hour or so. Yeah, it's only 6. I'll be writing that in the next hour. And then I have a quiz on my producing independent film reading comprehension quiz. So I've got to deal with that. So though I only have 2 assignments left in this class, and I think for project management and assessment 3, I've got to do my production Bible, which is compile all my stuff. I was just filming the last part for my pitch. So, and then I'll be done with that. And let me see what else is done. And I think, yes, I have, that's the last project I have to do, and that's not due until the 27th, but I'm going to go ahead and get it done now, because it's a good idea that when things are open, when assignments become open for you to work on them, start working on them in advance. I can't say it enough. Never wait till the last minute. I have done that. It has turned out badly, but I've been able to kind of pull a rabbit out of my hat. But never, ever wait until the last minute. So I have this. It's due Sunday the 27th. I'll have that done. Today is Wednesday. I will definitely have that done tonight, like over and done with. And then after that, I have one quiz. No, not a quiz. I have a discussion on environmental safety that's going to open up on Sunday, and I have until the next Sunday to complete that. And a discussion is, like I said, your initial post, and then you reply to classmates' posts. So that's all I've got left to do in these classes, and then I go on into shooting. So, of course, once I start shooting, I will come on and make another video, and I will tell you guys the grades I got in these classes, the final 2 grades that I have for producing independent film and PMA 3. So you can be looking for a video for that next month. But I think that right now I have pretty much kind of caught you guys up on what's been going on in my SheBusy life. Also, yes, speaking of SheBusy Life, if you have not, go over and check out my other channel, TheSheBusy Life, and you'll see what my new office looks like. I was able to get a lot done. I need to film one more thing so that I can show the whole completed thing. But I was able to get a lot done in the trailer that I bought. So if you want to see how that's coming along, run on over to the SheBusy Life and check that out. I will post links in the bottom. And also, just to prove that I wasn't fibbing, I'm going to post the screenshot of my grades here for the last few classes so that you can see what I got in web design. And I don't know if I did film criticism or not, but I'll put in film criticism, ILP, and web design just so you can see what I got in those classes. So I think that is all I needed. Yeah. All right, everybody. Until next time, I am Lavetta with SheBusy Productions, and I'll see you later. Bye.